We're with Demon football coach Jay Thomas, whose team is trying to rebound from a conference opening loss at Nichols as they play their homecoming game Saturday night at 6 in Turpin Stadium against the Southeastern Lions. Coach Thomas, first revisiting the Nichols game briefly, a very frustrating day, but not one that has you downtrodden. Talk about your reaction after watching the tape and dealing with your team on Sunday.
Yep, this is a bounce back week for us, and certainly, the game didn't go the way we wanted it to go Saturday. If we could have came out and played the way we played the second half, we won the second half, and that's the way things go, in the game of football. And I think our team is prepared and ready for the challenge. And this week getting ready for Southeastern, who's going to bring in a really good football team. They've done a good job over there turning the program around in a couple of years. But going back to the Nichols game, we had a lot of positives early on. A few miscues here and there, with turnovers that hurt us some at the wrong time. We had a couple penalties that hurt us at the wrong time. But I thought our guys never gave up. They kept playing. We've got some things that we need to fix scheme-wise, and then we can get that done, and then with our kids with effort, look forward to this weekend.
Okay, let's talk about how an outcome like that, a game like that, can really be a positive teaching point, can give you the opportunity to really drive home some things that this team needs to understand to become the team it can be over the second half of the season.
That's right, and that's what we took the positive approach with this, and it's a learning experience that you always got to keep your guard up. You got to be ready to play every weekend. It's something we addressed way before we ever went into this deal, and I've been a part of that. Lost the opening game of conference before and won them all out, and so anything can happen in this conference. If you look around, you look at scores across the country, anybody can beat anybody. You just got to stay positive and keep working at what you're trying to get done.
All right, it's homecoming week. You've been a coach for many years and dealt with the distractions of homecoming week. Talk about the challenge of maintaining your focus, especially when losing focus was a problem for the team last week.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, it's, homecoming's for everybody else, and that's the approach we have to take, and you want to enjoy it, and you want the players to obviously enjoy it too, but it's still business for us, and we got to make sure that we get our game plans in, come out ready to practice every day, take care of the fundamentals, and then we'll get to enjoy some of the festivities Friday afternoon with the parade, that type of stuff, but not losing the focus of the job that's ahead of us, and it can be clutter, as we call it, during the course of the week, but it's all about the maturity of the team and making sure we're staying on task.
Your team has been at home twice, has played very well at home twice. You've got 4 of your last 6 at home, including the Saturday night. How much of a difference can that make?
Man, we love being at home. There's no doubt about it, and we have played very well at home. And we just got to figure out how we're going to get it done on the road a little bit better. And we're looking into that, researching that end of it. But it's going to be great being back here. Turpin Stadium, our fans been great. The support's been great. The tailgating's been great. We're going to get this thing going. There's no doubt about it. And got a lot of faith and confidence in our guys to get it going.
All right, let's talk about the Southeastern Lions. Clearly a team that is emerging as a contender on the national scene with what they've been doing. Just opened up conference play with a resounding victory over Stephen F. Austin. Talk about the challenges Southeastern presents Saturday night in Turpin Stadium.
Well, I'll tell you what, very well balanced. Got a lot of good players on both sides of the football, and defensively they give you some trouble because they're an aggressive defense. It's a 3-3-5 concept, and they're bringing linebackers from all different areas. Play a lot of man coverage, that type of stuff. So, it's going to be a challenge for our offensive line, number one, to pick up the blitzes. And, of course, Zach's going to have to do a really good job of getting us in the right plays. And then, our receivers, something that we didn't do very well last weekend, we had a number of drop balls. We got to really, really focus on, catching every ball and moving the sticks. And something we got to do it better as an offense is control the football. We didn't get the opportunity to do that this past Saturday. We lost the time of possession handily, about 41 minutes. So that both goes, towards our offense and our defense. But I think that our guys, we've learned a lot. And then, of course, Southeastern, they present you those problems. I think our guys will be ready to face that. Now, Southeastern on offense is very similar to Nichols, very similar to a lot of offenses that you see across the country these days with the spread concept, spreading your defense out and creating a running game inside and outside. We've got a quarterback that's very good. He's a transfer from Oregon. The system fits him well. He's a tall guy, 6'4", very athletic. Got really good running backs. Our offensive line is big and mobile. And so you see why they're having success right now. Got quality receivers too as well. So they keep you off balance. Once again, it's going to be a big chore for our defense to get ready. And, what we need to do is we need to slow them down and then, find ways to get pressure to the quarterback. And that's something that we're working on as a staff, making sure we're putting our guys in the right defenses, the right offensive plays, the right sets to give our guys the best chance to win the football game.
All right, Coach, you got the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the LA Dodgers. Who's going to the World Series?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's, I'm going to have to go with old Dodger Blue,
We got it. Coming from behind, a good lesson for the Demons to follow.
Yes, always. Hey, anything can happen. That's the way I look at it. At any time, anything can happen.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with senior offensive tackle Blayne Cole, the Demon football team, trying to bounce back from a conference opening loss at Nichols and looking forward to Saturday night's homecoming game at Turpin Stadium. Blayne, let's first look back for a moment at the game against Nichols. What went wrong?
A lot of things went wrong for us. We killed ourselves pretty much is what it boils down to. There's a lot of mistakes on both sides of the ball. We had a lot of opportunities to overcome those mistakes, and we didn't take advantage of it, and that's how it goes sometimes.
All right, what does this team need to do differently heading into the game against Southeastern to get going in the right direction?
Well, I think our focus has to be at an all-time high. Southeastern's a very good team. I think they're in the top 25 right now, FCS. Me not playing in that game last year, I've yet to play a full game against Southeastern. My freshman year, I didn't play against them. My sophomore year, I got hurt at the game here at home within the first half. And then last year, I was out with a knee injury. And for me, it's a personal deal. I want to go out there and whoop these boys. They're like Coach Thomas said. If we do our job and go undefeated the rest of the season, we have a chance. And that's where it starts. Is this weekend.
This weekend's also homecoming. You're a senior. You've been through this before. Inevitably, there are a lot of activities and distractions and this sort of thing. So as you say, your focus needs to be at an all-time high at a time in which the challenges to do that are also at the highest during the year. So how's the team deal with that?
Well, and one thing I was real happy with last night, we have a corrections practice on Sunday nights. I think that was the best focus we've come out to that practice yet. You could tell we're all upset, and we used that not in a negative way, but a positive way last night, coming out and showing that we're out here, we're willing to do what it takes. And this week it's going to be a fun week. We're gonna have our fun, but at the same time, I think it's a challenge for us, and I think we can take that challenge on and do it well.
Okay, let's talk specifically about the challenges Southeastern provides to the Demons, a team that's scoring a lot of points and a team that's done a lot of good things so far this year.
Well, we haven't really studied them quite well yet, and they're gonna be similar to what we faced scheme-wise, and similar to what we faced last year against them scheme-wise. and I think we're a much improved team. Not that we showed that so much last week, but there were spurts where we showed what we can do, and if we do that and put it together for a complete game, it's unlimited what we can accomplish.
We're with kicker Chris Moore, the Demon football team. The Demons trying to rebound from an opening conference loss at Nichols on Saturday and getting ready for homecoming Saturday night against Southeastern in Turpin Stadium. Chris, you've got a unique perspective as a kicker. You're not on the field every play, but you are on the sideline throughout. You get to watch the team during the week. Talk about what you saw Saturday, not only on the field, but on the sideline, and what created the problems that led to the Demons' defeat.
You know, I think that Nichols just came out with a fire lit under them, more so than us. And you know, if we're gonna be able to beat Southeastern this week, we're gonna have to come out with, you know, just like Blayne said, a high focus at the highest of all, to bounce back from this loss, and come out not thinking that we're the best. You know, that every team in this conference is, you know, there's good athletes on both sides of the ball, and we can't take any opponent lightly.
You've seen this team now through 6 games play very well and be overmatched a couple times, have one bad game obviously Saturday. From a confidence standpoint, how much of a setback is it for the team, or is it more of a challenge for the team after Saturday's performance?
You know, I don't think it's much a setback. I think it's more, you know, we got to put the challenge on ourselves to come out and focus during practice this week, continue working tomorrow and our first day of practice during the week. Just like Blayne said, we had a good correction practice on Sunday. I think it was one of the best. As far as special teams go, you know, we were worked on some in the pit where we didn't have some guys on the field at certain times, and that's just a lack of focus. You know, it's not a lack of athleticism or anything like that. If we rise together as one, you know, I think that we could beat any opponent out in our conference. So,
all right, it's your first season as a Demon. You've come in from Iowa State. What has impressed you the most about being part of this program?
Just coaches and players. Honestly, it's. I thought it was a family at Iowa State, but this is so much closer. There's no drama. There's no everybody's cool with each other. Everybody's, you know, you can see anybody on the side of the road on the team and have a conversation with them, say hi to them, everything, and it's just like nothing. It's not different than anybody else. The coaches are so much closer with the players, as I feel like. You know, they'll always see how you're doing the classes, you know, what's going on in your life, not just straight business with football. So that's definitely one thing that made the transition so much easier, because it seemed like they're interested in you, not just your talent.
All right. You've been, however, through a conference race. You've been with a program that didn't go undefeated through the conference race. Talk about, now that we're one down in the conference race, how this team needs to approach the remaining 6 games, 4 of which are at home.
You know, I think that we just need to take, just like I said, every team, this is like, in my opinion, the SEC of the SCS. And I think that every team has just as good of athletes. You know, it's Division I football. You know, we can't take any team lightly, or, you know, think that we're just going to go out there and it's just going to be an easy win. We need to take every team as if it's the best team in the league. You know, and that's what I think we need to do in order to overcome this loss and win out the rest of the conference.
Well, Chris, one other thing as a kicker, some people are saying you've got the strongest leg Northwestern's ever seen. School record's 53 yards for a field goal. Is that on your mind at all?
You know, it's not on my mind as far as me wanting to just break the record for myself. I just want to go out there and be the best I can for my team and be 100% the rest of the season, just so I can put points on the board for my team and make sure I can contribute to the win as much as possible.
We'll hope you have that chance Saturday. Thanks,
All right, thank
Chris.
you. Thank you.